Come on, anytime. Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Faith, Love, and Coffee. I am Trish.
And I am Jeanette.
And hopefully, my sister will be joining us. She said she was having trouble with her internet going in and out. So I hope that she will join us because I would like to have a little bit of fun tonight, like we had promised last week. But, right before we got on, Jeanette and I were talking about, like, she asked me how I was doing. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going through the motions. And she's like, work has just been like work. And I'm like, yeah, it has been.
Work has been
It's
work.
supposed to like work, like, So anyway, so tonight, you guys, we thought we'd talk about, it is a season. Halloween is upon us. It is like what, 9 days away, y'all? 9 days away. The countdown is on. So it's time to talk about all the goodies the kids come home with, or how about like some of the goodies that you came home with when you were a kid? Like things have changed. Like this is not I was a kid or she was a kid and today, and the costumes and everything. And oh my gosh. Wow, Jeanette, I mean, I have great, like, I don't know. I don't have very many of my childhood memories. I mean, I do remember, I think I talked about it last weekend about, the Cinderella mask and, the plastic and being able to, smell the sweat still from, and coming home and like you couldn't eat the candy because of the, your parents had to look at it and stuff. And I still look at my kids' candy. But back then they used to do like homemade treats. Like they would do these like popcorn balls and just little baked goods and stuff like that. And then of course candy. But today you can't do that.
Nope, that's a big fat no.
No, because you don't know what anybody's going to bake into those goodies. So, I mean, with everything that, like some of the kids thought, oh, I thought I'd bring some, brownies to school, and not, then they found out that they had, some wacky weed in there or something. So, yeah, like those baked goods and stuff are no longer a thing. But I think most of the stuff that I really like or really like to talk about is like one of my early adulthood. But then again, also like since I've had a kid and when she goes trick-or-treating and stuff like that. So one of my favorite candies though, guys, and everybody would go like blah blah blah. Like one of my favorite candies when I was trick-or-treating as a kid were those I for lack of better, I think they were the like peanut butter, but they were wrapped in the wax. They're kind of like a peanut butter candy.
Yeah. Is it
and they were kind of round.
Yeah.
Round and flat.
Yeah.
Kind of. Right?
Yeah.
And then you would undo it, and it would just taste like peanut butter. It was not just pure peanut butter. It tasted like it had like maple syrup or something in there with it to harden it a little bit or something. But oh my God, I love those. And I know they still have them today, but you just don't see them as prominently as you do like all the, bags of chocolate.
Right.
So that used to be one of my favorites. Like I would love, and it didn't matter. They were in our day or in my day, they were either wrapped in orange or black wax paper. Do you remember that?
Yep, orange and black, and an occasional, I want to say like a brown, like a like a taupe color occasionally.
Yeah,
they would
yeah.
have
I'm
some
like
in
a
it.
tannish color.
Yeah, sorry, my dogs are going crazy right now, of course, because they're dogs and they're nuts. So I apologize for
Okay.
the background sound.
Oh, that's okay. But yeah, that was like some of my favorite candy. And then like the edible, okay, those edible necklaces you used to wear around your neck, y'all.
Yes, and the bracelet, and you'd be sitting there just like chewing on your arm.
Yeah.
They still have those.
But sometimes you go to these stores that are like, like flea market stores or stuff like that to get some of that stuff. And the little root beer barrels, y'all. I
Oh
don't know
my
if
gosh,
you remember that?
those were
Those
so.
root beer barrels. And y'all, some of y'all are probably going to be looking at this later going, what is she talking about?
What about the ones that were like wax shaped Coke bottles, and you would chew the end off of it, and it had liquid in it, and you would drink the liquid,
I
and then
never
chew on
had
the wax?
those.
You never had those?
I
Oh my
never
god.
had those.
Yeah, and then we would just sit there and chew on the wax, right? Because I mean, there wasn't very much liquid in there, but there was things like red and green and purple and whatever, and it was just this little, not even that big, and you would just like chew off the top of it and just drink the liquid, and I mean, it was so good.
Oh my gosh. I do remember also, listen, if y'all thought Pop Rocks was like a new thing, they are not a new thing. So Pop Rocks was just coming out when I was like, I don't know, 10ish or so, something like that. And I was like, what is that? And the pixie sticks, not the really big ones they have now, but they used to have these smaller ones, probably about yay big. And they were like, I mean, you just pop one of those things and it's pure sugar. It's like, but in different flavors. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Those were so good. And then the Fun Dips, if y'all thought those were new too, no. We used to have those also, the Fun Dips. So like you take that, it almost looks like a tongue depressor, I guess. But it's not, it's candy. And then you dip it in the sugar right into the pouch right next to it. But those are not new either. But man, those were really good. I mean, those were really good.
Those were really, really good.
And then, I mean,
do you remember the whistle pops or whatever? Like they were in shape of a little whistle, and it was a lollipop, so you could like blow through it and it would make noise, but it was basically a lollipop, but it was a whistle pop.
No.
And those were really good too. Yeah.
See, I'm learning some new stuff too, because I'm like, I've not heard of that before.
And let's not forget about those candy cigarettes. I mean, come on.
Oh, well, come on.
Those were the candy one and the gum, because if you would blow the one in the gum, powder would actually come out the end.
I remember the candy cigarettes, and those they were tasty. They were really tasty.
They were.
Yeah, I mean, they're nothing like tobacco, y'all. So if y'all would, I don't even know if those are even around anymore.
I don't know, because of the way everything goes these days, right? Like, I don't know if they have those. I wonder if you went, like, there's a mom and pop candy shop in downtown McKinney, and it's actually called Mom and Pop's, right? And they've got a lot of the vintage candy. I'm going to have to go in there and see if I can find any of these that we're discussing today.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So, so yes, we're going to have to discuss that, because I would really love to find a shop around here. Now, of course, y'all, Jeanette's in Texas and I'm in Georgia, but I would love to find something like that. And then, I would love it. And then, okay, guys, and then like in my day too, y'all know the animal crackers, the little animal crackers and stuff. Well, they used to come in smaller boxes, like snack size boxes. And they would put them in our bags, like there's some people were, they would actually put the animal crackers in our bags. And they were really cute because they were the Barnum and Bailey.
Yeah.
I think it was the Barnum and Bailey circus. animals, and they were very vibrant. I mean, the boxing was so vibrant. It was really cool. And then
Was
they
it
had
like a
those.
little boxcar train, right? Because it had like the animals on the front of it, right?
Yeah,
And it wasn't it like a little train,
yeah,
like
something
train
like that.
car?
And like the
Yeah,
little wheels on it and
yeah.
stuff. Yes. It was cute. And it was just, at that time, of course, we didn't care what the boxing was like. We just tore it up, tore it apart.
Yeah.
But that's something, that's a memory that is just really great. Oh, and there was this also this one candy, and I don't know if they have it or not, but it kind of reminded me, and it was a smaller, or kind of like a, of course, you had your ring pops, but it was almost like the same kind of thing, but it was made like in a cone, and the bottom had wax, but it had was like, it was almost, it started off with a thicker base, and then it kind of came up to a point like a cone, but it was in different flavors.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember
That
what I'm
well,
talking about?
yes.
Yes.
It wasn't a rocket pop, right? Is that what it was?
No,
But that
mm-mm.
was really good. Like it started out like I think the bottom was green, maybe, and there was red in there and a clearish yellowish
Yeah,
color.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yes. Oh my god, I forgot all about that.
Yeah. So I just, those are just popping up in my memory because, man, we used to have some good candy back in the day. I
But
just
think
don't know
about
what.
how dangerous that one was because you would suck it off. I mean, it would get really sharp at the end,
It
right?
would. It
And
would.
we would be outside playing around while we were eating that sucker, not even thinking about, oh, I could really like hurt
Girl, I'm
myself.
a biter, so before it, yeah, and I still do. Like, if I have a hard piece of candy and it's, you're meant to, keep it in your mouth and kind of like, let it deteriorate, like it's supposed to, as much as you suck on it or whatever, it's supposed to get smaller and smaller. Listen, I can't wait. I'm very impatient, and I just bite the thing, okay? And so that way I can get another one.
Of course.
I just, so yeah. So I'm like one of those. I was never one of those. What were those? They're the jawbreakers.
Yeah. I mean,
I was really not a big fan of those.
you had to like really sit there and let it dissolve a lot for it not to hurt your teeth to bite into that sucker.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 But I remember those. Oh my goodness, because I'm like, ooh, no.
And then the lemon heads. Remember the little boxes of lemon heads? Those
Yes.
are really good.
Yes. And now, oh my gosh, you guys, like my husband went into racetrack. I don't know, it was a couple of months ago, and he brought out these lemon head ropes. And I'm like, what is this? What is this? So it was almost like it was just like Twizzler kind of type rope, but it was straight, not, it wasn't, like a braid or anything. But the inside of it had, like, there was something on the inside that, oh my God, they were so addictive. I'm like, you need to take these away from me. I'll eat the whole thing because it was so good. And I had been like a lemon drop fan when I was, younger, but man, these were so good. I was like, yeah, you can get me those anytime.
I like the sweet tart ropes. Have you eaten those?
No.
Yes, Riley's got me addicted to those, and I love the cherry. Like, there's cherry, strawberry, and then it's something else. But the ones that I really like are the cherry ones. So I'm like, okay, I will eat two of those, and I have to walk away because they are just really good.
That's so, so good. Oh my gosh. I mean, I can sit here and talk about this stuff forever. And of course, and there's the old classics, what we even still do today is, the chocolate from Hershey's, or they have Hershey's and they have, or just the regular. I mean, of course, now they came up with nuggets and kisses, the little kisses and everything else like that. And back in my day, they didn't have those, but they had the smaller bars,
Mhm.
And so there's like Mr. Good Bar, the
Crackle,
Hershey's, was it the
crackle.
Crackle, which was one of
Yes.
my favorites back then. But the one candy that started me off, like I loved it, was the 100 grand bar.
Oh yeah.
I loved those things. So, so good. And then later, almost on the same consistency, but not the same flavor. But you know, the whatchamacallit, the bar that was actually called a whatchamacallit.
Do they
So
still make that?
yes, but they're
No
not. I
way.
mean, you know, I haven't seen them in a minute, but I think they still make it in the zero bars. Do y'all remember that? Not meaning low carb. They were just called zero bars. I don't know
What
why.
were those? Were those with coconut or no?
No, those were the oh man,
I know the almond joy has coconut, but what
almond
was
joy.
there was
Yeah.
another one I thought that had like a coconut without the almonds, I thought.
Well, I don't know about that, but I remember there was a candy where there was just pure coconut. But I think that must have been more of a Mexican candy, though.
That's Mexican candy that you're talking
That's
about.
Mexican candy. Okay.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, no, I don't remember that. Oh, but what about Boston baked beans?
I don't remember getting those.
The little red beans. I mean, they were like, I mean, they were candy. They
Yeah.
were like, oh my gosh, I love those. Like, I really, really liked those because they were different, you know. But they also had like this unique flavor. It wasn't like a bean, but
Yeah.
definitely was candy. But it was really, I mean, they come in these little boxes, so you know you're shaking them out and stuff. They don't, you know. I love them. I thought they were so good. Um, but yeah, those are like some of the my childhood memories of that particular time period. So now they got all sour kind of different things.
Different kinds of kisses, all this sour candy. You've got your gummies, all different kinds of worms and bears and fish and this and that, and you're just like, okay, you
I
know,
mean, there's just so much out there. I mean, they have really catered to, and some of this stuff is like gourmet too, because if you go into some of those shops, like some more like the ones that you can grab a bag and you start, putting whatever you want in a bag, and of course you have to pay by the pound.
mm,
Um, and like they have like some of the ones now, not that you would give this away for for Halloween, but they have the turtles, the chocolate covered caramels, the sea salt caramel, dark chocolate, milk chocolate, white chocolate,
all the chocolates.
all the chocolates, and then you got chocolate covered, gummies, or oh wait a minute, or
Chocolate covered crickets. I've not tried those yet, but I've seen them at some of the candy shops.
no, but thank you.
Yeah, I'm going. Do they really
Wow.
buy these? Apparently, they do, and I am adventurous, but not that adventurous. Like that's a big fat no for me. Big fat pass. Nope.
Nope. Nope. No. Oh, but man, some of the like. Okay, so, and I know that we're probably gonna like remember some other candies here in just a minute. But let's talk some costumes. Like I've seen some great costumes, and I've worn some great costumes. Like in my younger days when we used to go to Halloween parties and stuff like that, adult Halloween parties, not kitty ones. But I think my favorite costume that I would ever wear was probably my witch costume, and I loved being a witch. Like so I would have a long either dress or a short dress, just depending on where I went. The hat, the broom. I mean, I didn't leave anything out. So, I mean, there's always something, a little pouch with little potions, things like that. And then, man, I can't remember everything that I've been through the years, but, I think I was a devil. I don't think I've ever been an angel. No, I don't think I've ever been an angel. I have been in the Bride of Frankenstein though. That was a pretty nifty outfit. Um, but I mean, there's been so many, but like my kid, when you have kids, they just go through this whole cycle of, oh, I want this year. I want this year. Or like right up until Halloween, you have a costume for them because they asked for it. They change their mind at the very last minute, right?
No.
So, I mean, I've seen my kid do like, from the time she was little. I think the very first costume she had when she was 3 years old, and we went to Halloween trick or treating. Oh, her very, very, very first costume when she was like, what did we get? She was August, September, October. She wasn't even 2 months, and I bought her little baby devil outfit. So she had these cute little red wings, and it was just really cute. So she was that, and then a kitty cat, which I did her face.
Aw.
Yeah, when she was 3. And then she played Elsa one year. And then, yeah. And then, of course, some of the Disney characters, she grew up on some of the Disney movies and stuff like that. And I think one of the coolest outfits I saw her was when she played, I think it was Mel from Descendants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I thought that was a pretty cool costume. So I was like, okay, that's nice. So, but lately, like I think she was a fallen angel last year or the year before. So, black tutu, black, so fishnet and toes, that kind of thing, black wings, black halo, that kind of thing. So, I mean, she's been fun. But then Matt and I also, we get into it as well. I mean, we celebrate Halloween. And so whenever we took her trick-or-treating, we also got dressed up. So,
yeah.
Absolutely. And I mean, I had this cape that was amazing. So, it would cover my whole head, and I would walk and I had these boots on, and then I had this not a cane, but almost like a walking stick, but I had made it really cool where I had a skeleton head on the top of it and all the stuff coming down from it because it almost looked like it was bleeding or something. And so some of the people, I think I kind of stole the show one year because they would look past my kid and be like, that is a cool costume. I was like, thanks. So, and then Matt would always do something like a, gloom and doom kind of person, all dressed in black. Like he would, be with this, a soft mask on, but it was all black. So it was almost like all he had to do was carry a scepter or something like that. And I think the last year or the year before he was, what is that, plague doctor? So he was a plague doctor. Ariana was the fallen angel, and I actually was a huntress. So I got a different cape and kind of dressed in Renaissance clothes, and that was my costume, and we all went around. So
nice,
really fun. So it was a great night. Not sure. I mean, I'm sure all of y'all probably know that by now. Halloween, we loved Halloween so much that our wedding anniversary is Halloween, and my husband and I will be celebrating 25 years next Friday. Good Lord, that's a long time.
That's an amazing accomplishment.
It is, I have to say. And you guys, that doesn't come with just it's not been the easiest road, but then I think that's what sometimes the definition of marriage is. And it's actually to challenge us and to see where our strengths come in and see how that other person reacts, or not reacts, but how they maybe match, or how they can actually balance you or you them, how y'all can actually work through things together and then come out solid. And then when you throw kids into that mix and you throw other things and other, it sometimes makes either the bond, strengthen, or sometimes it kind of tears at those seams. But as long as you have faith, that God is in the center of everything, then it will work out. So I know we had not forgotten, but we were not able to go to church on Sunday, and Sunday just totally just got away from us, and so we watched church last night on the, on TV. We try to keep up with it, but but it takes a lot of faith and a lot of prayer, and that's what we've been. That's exactly what helps me through a lot of stuff. Um, but those were some of my favorites. Now you have two kiddos.
I do.
Okay, so now you can tell me about some, or tell us about some of the cool stuff they went through, and you too.
There was one year where I was just like a tired mom, so I put curlers in my hair. I had on like workout leggings, a t-shirt, and a robe and my slippers, and then I had a cup of coffee in my hand.
Whoop, whoop.
And I was, yep, I was comfortable. And, the kids would always tell me like what they wanted me to do. And Riley was like, why don't you just be a tired mom? And I'm like, I can do that.
Right?
I could be the tired mom. Yes, I can pull that off. And of course I've, done the soccer mom. I've done the witch. I don't think I've dressed up a lot over the last few years. I've gone with the kids, now they're older. So Riley goes with one of her friends. They go into this neighborhood with mini mansions and stuff. That girl scores like full size candy bars. I cannot tell you how much I can open up a candy store whenever she comes home with all of the candy that girl gets. No joke. Like I'm just in there going, girl, you've got so much candy. And it's every year, right? Like every year she comes home with all this candy. Her and her friend, they do coordinating costumes, I forgot what they were Dunkin' Donuts last year. So they had on like basketball shorts and jerseys and high tops, and then were wearing donut costumes. They were the Dunkin' Donuts.
That is cool.
Yeah, they come up with some cool stuff. I asked her the other day, I'm like, what are y'all doing this year? She goes, we haven't thought about it. And I'm like, you do realize like Halloween's right around the corner. She's like, yeah. She's like, but you know us. And I'm like, they were football players and they dressed like their dads one year. They were dads. And oh, yes, they come up with whatever. Charlie dressed as Priscilla Presley 2 years ago. And the boy she was dating at the time dressed as Elvis. And, she had on the white go-go boots and the dress, from back in the day. And, oh, yeah. And he was, Elvis. And they looked so cute. And,
that is so cool.
Yes. I'm like, okay, and she still gets into it, which I'm really glad because, she's a senior this year. And her and some of her friends, sorry about my dogs, her and some of her friends are going to go trick-or-treating. And so I'm like, y'all go. It's better to do that than to be getting drunk at a party or causing trouble somewhere.
Amen. Amen. I think that's an awesome idea. I think that any of y'all who are parents and y'all have kids who are like, reaching the age of high school, like, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, listen, if they tell you they want to go trick-or-treating, let them go with your blessing, because I would rather for them to go do that than be out, just like she said, out somewhere drinking or partying or something like that where they can get in trouble or something happen to them. And I still think that, kids are kids at heart. Come on,
Yep, like I love to give out candy, and that when the older kids come up, I'm like, okay, tell me a joke, or or I'll tell them how happy I am to see them out there. But some of them I'll stump them because I'll be like, okay, before I give you candy, you have to tell me a joke, and they're like, what? And I'm like, tell me a joke. I know you know a joke. But I like to have fun with those kids, and I'm glad whenever I see the older kids coming trick-or-treating, or they're taking their little siblings and they're dressed up too. That is really cool to see too.
That really is. I really love that. That is so cool. So both kids. Oh, so it's Riley who is
she's the youngest.
Right.
And Charlie's the oldest.
And she's a senior this year?
He's a senior this year, my baby. And my baby's a freshman. So like I don't know how to feel. I have all of the feelings of having a senior, and then I have all of the feelings of my baby's in high school. So
how busy are you? It's been
a little crazy. One of my friends messaged me the other day. She's like, Okay, besides soccer, what else do you have going on this weekend? Because we live on the soccer fields, and that's great because I love to be out there cheering my little one on, and watching her, do her thing on the soccer field. And then there's times where we have to divide and conquer because Charlie's got something and Riley's got something, and so you know,
I mean, Charlie's got all kinds of senior things happening. I mean, see, because she has if I don't know if y'all have had homecoming or not, but man, that's her last homecoming. That's
oh yeah, and well, Riley went to homecoming too. So then Riley, we went with some of her friends, and I did their pictures, and I made her bouquet that she wanted, and all that stuff. So like that kid keeps me really busy too, because that girl's got a social calendar that just doesn't quit.
wow.
Charlie's more of a homebody and hangs out with, a few friends. No, Riley's got, like right now, Riley's out and about, doing something with friends. They've got church, and she's supposed to have soccer practice, but they have soccer practice tomorrow instead. So she was able to go to church tonight. So she's out and about, and, that kid, she keeps me busy.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I mean, yeah, that's amazing. I really love hearing that. I really do. So, okay, audience. So what do y'all love? What is your favorite candy? What is your favorite costumes? Y'all have kids? Y'all, tell me a favorite time that y'all have had Halloween or one of your favorite, memories. That would be fantastic,
Trish, are you dressing up this year?
No, not this year because it's my 25th. Now, if I could fit in my wedding dress, that'd be amazing. But I had a beautiful wedding dress, and I have it. And it's in not a box, but it's in a soft, it's in a soft container because I didn't want it to yellow or anything else like that, like it does in a box or whatever. But
Yeah.
And it's been 25 years, and every time I've taken it out, it is still as white as it was when I wore it.
Aww.
So yeah, I mean, it is beautiful. I do have to get it cleaned. It is a gorgeous dress because it's like it was not an off. What is it called? Like a strapless with a sweetheart neckline. And it fit the bodice really good, and it kind of flared out a little bit. And the sequencing on it, or the sequence on it, what had it looked like kind of like seaweed, like really pretty little rundowns through the top, and then the bottom of the dress with it came also all that sequence and everything. Very, 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 very pretty dress. And so I have it there, and I told Trinity, or my daughter, if she ever wanted to, have it for her wedding, that she would, if she wanted to alter it or do whatever she wanted to, she was welcome to do it. And she just looked at it. She goes, Mom, that's just so old fashioned. I'm like, what's so old fashioned about this? It'd still probably be on the runway today.
Have you ever had her just try it on just to see it on her?
Girl, no, that it would just fall off of her.
Well, I know, but I did it with the kids when they were little, and I just grabbed clips to clip it in the back just to take a couple of pictures of them.
Aww.
And it looked so cute.
She already knows what she wants for her wedding dress, and she already knows what she wants for her prom, and she already knows what she wants for her, but everything has to be see-through, or or they it needs to be something that is very kind of sexy, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, Charlie's already got her dress for prom, and it's so pretty. It's just
it's not until next year.
Well, I know, but she was afraid that if she would go back and wait,
then it would not be there
anymore. So she's like, I'm just going to get it now, and I'm like, okay. And it is just so pretty.
Yeah, that is smart though, because it may not have been back, there. Hopefully she'll feel the same way when she pulls it out.
I know, I'm wondering about that, because I'm like, well, you got it, with this intention in mind, and now that has kind of changed. So are you going to go and get another one now?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you never know. She still may be. I mean, because, So, brides, they get their dresses like 6 months to a year ahead of time, and they still are as in love with it as the first day they saw it when they see it altered and it fits them perfectly and, all that kind of stuff. So
Hmm.
you never know. But yeah, I mean, honestly, you guys, my sister Jamie, she's not on with us right now, but her son Devin is getting married almost a month, a little over a month from today. So today's the 22nd of October. He's getting married on the 28th of November. And I swear to you, I have put more effort into his wedding than me and my 25th wedding anniversary. I mean, you have your flights, your hotel, your dress,
Your shoes. How are
your
you going to put your
shoes, your
hair? Your
nails,
makeup?
your hair, your whatever. I think it's so funny. But no, I do have a couple of outfits that we can go out with, for our wedding anniversary. So I know for sure we're going to do dinner. It just kind of it's thrown us off a bit because of the fact, and I don't know what you guys have planned for y'all's, Halloween, but our school for some whatever reason decided that their last game needed to be on Halloween. So their last football game is on Halloween night. So um my husband and I won't be there, but it's a home game and Ariana will be on the field, you know, with the flag court and everything else like that. So um that's the last game of the season. And so we'd have to pick her up from the football field like around 10:30 or 11. And then the next night um she's gonna be at the haunted corn maze working that for she's volunteering to help for the choir. And so this last time, we dropped her off at 4:30, and we didn't pick her up, and she didn't get out of there until after midnight. You guys, after midnight, and she had the biggest smile on her face. She goes, "I can't wait to do this next weekend." So, uh, that puts a damper in plans if we had wanted to go out of town or anything. We can't, go out of town. I did take off that Friday and that Monday so that at least I can have a little bit of time with my husband. But yeah, we're not doing anything that special except maybe go to dinner, maybe meet up with some friends, that kind of thing. So, but just as long as we're together, that's special enough for us. So yeah. But anyway. But yeah, anything else for Halloween, you guys? I mean, anything else that you can think of for Halloween? Like something kind of really cool? I can't remember much other than all the.
Did any of your friends ever have like a Halloween dance, like almost like a monster mash? Did you ever have anything like that when you were younger?
Not when I was younger, but I had a couple of parties when I was a young adult, and I'm the one who threw them. Because man, listen, when I was a younger and I, had my own apartment and everything, I would throw parties. I would have and I guess I got that from my mom and my aunts because we used to love to do that kind of thing when I was a lot younger and they were a lot younger too. Um, but I mean, we would have parties and stuff like that. But I would throw my own parties, and I would normally do, a nice Halloween party or a Christmas. Christmas was really good, so people really came out to that one. But Halloween, I normally, if I didn't have one of my own, I was out, at someone else's house, celebrating Halloween and having fun. So, and you?
Yeah, we used to back when I lived in George West. Like we would go trick or treating, and then somebody would like if it was a Friday or Saturday, right? Because of course you have to go to school the next day, right?
Yes.
But yeah, somebody would have a garage dance or whatever. We would be all dressed up in our.
Cool.
Not that we got like all dressed up. I remember. I think it was our junior year. I think we dressed up. It was either our sophomore junior year. We dressed up as punk rockers because that was the thing back then. And we had the glittery hairspray, and our hair was whatever. And then the
Mm,
outfits and the 50 gazillion. bracelets and the socks and do you remember all those plastic bracelets that you would just
Yes.
yes, and we had the best time. Like
I don't think any one of us probably did not. I mean, I think my cousin, my other cousin, we actually dressed like Madonna, and that was really kind of cool. But
yeah,
those were fun times, you guys. I mean, I love the holidays. Sometimes they can be a little dampering because I know sometimes around this time, some of us lose loved ones. Like today is very, today was kind of, it was just a regular day. It was kind of blah to me because today is the 7th year anniversary of my brother's death. So
7 years already.
7 years. He passed away October 22nd, 2018.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel like it just happened. Like
I know
in my mind because but I can't imagine how you're feeling. I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
No, not at all. I mean, honestly, if there was anything that Mark would want is for us to, do exactly what we're doing now. Just do what you do.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we actually came on. I didn't, make this day damp or anything else like that. I have, just my moments and stuff like that because my gosh, I just cannot believe it's just been that long. It's just like, what? I mean, and because and then you get your, what do you call it? Your, notifications from Facebook. Oh, remember when you posted this? And the last time I posted anything about him not being with us was back in 3 years ago, actually. I have not posted anything since then, and I don't, sometimes we have to think of, I don't think about it anymore. I honestly don't care what people think about me on Facebook or anything else like that. I mean, just because I don't post something on his anniversary or, something like that, it doesn't mean that I haven't thought about him because let me tell you, I think about him every day. So, I mean, he and I were just 10 months apart to the day. He was just one of the most wonderful people that you would have ever met. I mean, he would have given you literally the shirt off his back. Seriously. So, I mean, he never met a stranger. I mean, he always shook somebody's hand. He was always there to help. I mean, I could only aspire to be like him. So, I mean, because I know that I'm lacking. So, but he was a fantastic brother. But anyway, and he liked Halloween too. I mean, he had his kids, and they would go trick or treating and stuff like that. So. And oh gosh, everybody's so grown up now, and it just, wow. It's just so like we're on the other side, right? Mm-hmm. So when we're kids and we're talking about the candy that we loved, the candy that we missed, and everything else like that. But now here we are, years after, and so and our kids, having Halloween, and then pretty soon we're going to be talking about our kids with your kids having Halloween.
Yeah, let's not rush into that one.
That's a thought, though,
I know the other day somebody's like, they're like, oh, is that your daughter? And I'm like, yeah, she's a senior, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, oh, so you're just right around the corner from becoming a grandma. And I'm like, what? No, like, we're not going there. No, we're not.
I have my son through my husband, and he had his first child this last November, and so this will be his first Halloween, so that's gonna be kind of cute. Well, I don't know what his costume is or anything else like that, and honestly I don't know what they're actually doing, but I love the fact that now it's going to be really, really, really the first, because he's had his first Christmas, but he was only a month old. So he was born a couple of days, I think, after Thanksgiving, if I'm not mistaken. And so, or was it? No, he was born right before Thanksgiving. I'm so sorry. He was born right before Thanksgiving. So technically it was his first Thanksgiving, but not quite. So this year is going to be even extra special because, you know, he gets to see the lights and everything else like he's meant to, and, you know, all that good stuff. So it's kind of cool. And I didn't become a GG until I was 55. But I mean, we don't get to see him that often, but they're very missed, you know? So, yeah. But anyway. Well, okay, guys. Well, it's been, you know, 45 minutes and we've been talking about, you know, really anything and everything. And it's been fun. So just remember that we're not going to be doing a podcast next week, but we will be podcasting the week after. And it may be a different time. It may not. We'll see. I mean, I just don't know. I feel this time kind of like everybody's kind of tired and I don't know. So again, we're still young into podcasting and, you know, we're just trying to find our way and things like that. But I just didn't want to, because Halloween is next week and people are preparing and stuff like that. I thought we would just take a break for 1 week and then we'll be back the next. So, and we'll probably do the same thing for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Just so y'all know. But anyway, maybe we'll record something for y'all. I'm not sure yet. We'll kind of figure things out. But anyway, any last thoughts, Miss Jeanette?
Nope, everybody be safe if you're going to be out and about on Halloween trick-or-treating, or, you know, if you're giving out candy, just be aware of your surroundings because I hate to say it, there are some crazy people out there that, you know, still look for trouble, which is, you know, not the same as when we were kids. But yeah, just be safe out there, have fun, take pictures of the kiddos. And if you share them, you know, on social media, please share them with us. I don't post pictures of my kids online, but I wish I did, but I don't. Occasionally I'll throw a video on there, you know, of them doing something, but you can't see their faces and you really can't make them out. But yeah.
That's true. But remember, carry your flashlights. If you have those things that you can wear around your neck or whatever, those little, you know, neon things that, you know, make you visible.
Yes.
Yeah. If you're wearing all black, hey, kind of break that up a little bit so people will see you on the streets. And just like Jeanette said, be safe. Y'all have fun, you know.
Have a lot of fun.
And make it memorable. Absolutely. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. So remember to keep faith, spread love, and savor every sip of life. Until the next time, take care and keep brewing positivity. We'll see you the next one.
See you in November. Bye.
Yes.